ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय
आकाय
सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ
सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा
निर्विघ्नं
निर्विघ्नं
कुरु
कुरु
मे
मे देव
देव
सर्वकार्येषु
सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
सर्वदा।
सरस्वति
सरस्वति
नमस्तुभ्यं
नमस्तुभ्यं
वरदे
वरदे
कामरूपिणि
कामरूपिणि
विद्यारम्भं
विद्यारम्भं
करिष्यामि
करिष्यामि
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे
सदा।
सदा।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा
गुरुर्विष्णुः
गुरुर्विष्णुः
गुरुर्देवो
गुरुदेवो
महेश्वरः
महेश्वरः
गुरुः
गुरु
साक्षात्
साक्षात्
परं
परं
ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
तस्मै
तस्मै
श्री
श्री गुरवे
गुरवे
नमः।
नमः। ॐ
ॐ
सहना भवतु
सहनाववतु
सहनौ
सहनौ भुनक्तु
भुनक्तु
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा
तेजस्विनावधेतमस्तु
विद्विषावहै।
विद्विषावहै। ॐ
ॐ शान्ति
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 शान्ति शान्तिः।
शान्तिः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
The topic is Karma Yoga. It's a Karma Yoga Prashamsa, praising the Karma Yoga. Bhagavan Krishna said in the shloka number 40, Neha Abhikramana Shosi, Pratyavayo na vidyate, Salpamapyasya dharmasya trayate, Bhagato bhayat. So starting the Karma Yoga topic with Karma Yoga Prashamsa, then in the next shloka 41, which we saw in the last class, very important shloka, the need for having Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, the clarity with regard to the Tatparyam, the clarity with regard to the goal, Purushartha of life. What could be the Purushartha? Purushartha Nishchaya. And when Purushartha is clear, when priorities are clear, the priority, the clarity of priorities is also possible only when the Tatparyam of the Shastra is understood. The Tatparyam of Shastra is Moksham, Mokshaha. Gita being a Moksha Shastra. Tatparyam of Shastra is Moksha. Gita Shastra is Mokshaha eva. So, the Veda, having the two parts, Veda Purva and Veda Anta. Veda Purva to be followed as a preparation, as a preparatory sadhana for Veda Anta. Looking upon the karma which are ordained by the Shastram as the commandment of the Lord or the orders of the Lord. So following it with a certain attitude, that is Ishwararpana Buddhi, with the attitude of prayer, the attitude of worshipping the Lord, that is called the Karma Yoga. A person gets ready for Jnanam, and that is what dealt in the later portion of the Veda, Vedanta, Jnanakanda. So Jnanam required for moksha. Therefore, Tatparyam of Shastram is Jnanam, and therefore Mokshaha. That is the goal. That is a Purushartha. In fact, that is a Purushartha, not the ultimate Purushartha. That is a Purushartha for which all the other, they offer which all the entire setup, the entire scheme of the way of life are suggested by the Veda. So therefore, when the Tatparyam of the Shastra is clear, Purushartha will be clear. So Tatparya, to understand the Tatparyam, certain homework to be done. One has to analyze the Purushartha. What do I really want? In and through all the Purushartha, Dharmartha, Kama Purushartha, what I seek is moksha eva. Therefore, moksha, in fact, it is the Purushartha. So therefore, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, the clarity with regard to moksha. The clarity with regard to moksha. So which requires Viveka. So Viveka Buddhya, Viveka Buddhi, having come to this understanding that the Tatparyam of the Shastram being moksha, and therefore moksha is a goal worth to be followed, worth to be accomplished. So therefore, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, meaning understanding, well, clear, ascertained understanding with regard to the moksha. Whereas avyavasayinam, those who don't have viveka, those who don't have vyavasayatmika buddhihi, for them the means are many and goals are many. Different means are there for achieving different goals. Therefore, one after the other, they keep on pursuing. Therefore, they perpetuate in samsara. And that keeps them busy in samsara. So samsara is perpetuated for them. So Iti Bhagavan very clearly told the necessity of having the Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, otherwise called Purushartha Nishchayaha. So therefore, having pointed out the difference in understanding that Buddhi, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Avyavasayatmika Buddhi, the difference between the two is the difference between one and the many. For the one who has Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, the goal is one. That only Ekaha Purushartha, Eka Purushartha. They are Eka Purushartha. Whereas one for whom the buddhi is abhyavasayatmika, for them the goals are many and the end and the means to accomplish the goals are many. Therefore, the difference in their understanding, having pointed out, Krishna talks about those who are not clear, no clarity about the end to be accomplished in life. Therefore, Purushartha Nishchaya not there for them. Therefore, about them, Krishna talks in this shloka 42 and 43. Let us read the shloka. Yamimam pushpitam vacham
Yamimam pushpipatam vachyam
pravadantya vipaschitaha
pravadantyati vipaschitaha
vedavadaratav partha
vedavadaratha partha
nanyadasti vadinaha
nanyadasthi divandinaha
kamatmanasvargaparaha
kamadmanas vargaparaha
janma karma phalapradam
jamma karma phala pradam
kriya vishesha bahulam
kriya vishesha bahulam
bhogaishvarya gatim prati.
Bodhkaishvarya gatim prati.
Hey Partha is Sambodhana. Yam imam pushpitam vacham avipaschitaha parvadanti. Avipaschitaha means those who are not wise, not intelligent. Those who don't have clear vision. Those who lack clarity with regard to the Purushartha avipaschitaha. So the words which are spoken by them, they are flowery words. Yam imam vacham pravadanti vadanti. They speak pravadanti. Yam imam pushpitam vacham flowery words. Those people who lack clarity, they speak, and they are Vedavada Ratah, Vedavada Rataha. They are engrossed in the Vada, the debate. They are engrossed in the debate. They engrossed in the Vedavada Rataha, engrossed in the debate, and therefore they emphasize on that the Tatparyam of the Shastram is karma. So therefore, Vedavada Rataha, engrossed, revel, revel in the rebel in the Vada, the debate. What is the debate? For them, the Vada, the Tatparyam is karma. Karma is the Tatparyam of the Veda, only in doing, not in knowing. Therefore, they are engrossed in the Karma Kanda portion of the Veda. And therefore, they say, Na anyata astiti vadinaha. Therefore, nothing other than karma. Na astiti vadinaha. They argue, they debate. There is nothing other than this, that is karma, could be the Tatparyam for the Shastram. And here Kamatmanaha, they're full of desires. There Kamatmanaha. Here Atmanaha is not Sachidananda Atma. Atma is referring to the person. The person is full of desires, driven by desires. Their karma, all are desire oriented, desire prompted. Therefore, Kamatmanaha. Swargaparaha, for them Swarga is the goal, highest goal. Swargaloka. For that they work. Therefore, Swargaparaha, in this Bhumi, in this year, in this Prithvi Bhumi, they want to accomplish certain ends. Desires are there. Ihaloke and Paraloka, Icha is Swargaloka. So, for what? Bhoga Ishwarya Gatim Prati, Bhoga, enjoyment, Aishwarya, power. They want power and pleasure. They go together, therefore, they want Bhoga Ishwarya Gatim Prati for the sake of gaining this power and pleasure. Therefore, they do varieties of karma and they committed to gaining Swargaloka after Maranam. Janma karma palapradam. So, and also karma gives better janma. Therefore, Swargaloka, having gone to Swargaloka, that is their goal. That is one thing. And also for better janma. In this janma, not able to achieve certain thing. Therefore, next janma. So, janma karma palapradam. Therefore, do karma and get better janma and then again enjoy power and pleasure. So, therefore, janma karma palapradam. That is the karma leads to better janma. So samsara will be there. So, but their interest is power and pleasure that they want to enjoy. Therefore, ready to take any number of janma for that they do karma. Kriya Vishesha Bhagalam. Therefore, Kriya Vishesha Bhagalam. Full of the ritual. Kriya is karma. Vishesha Bhagalam. Bhagalam means meaning. So, these are the words. And for that they speak very nice words, flowery words. Pravadanti, they speak. O son of Partha, the non-discriminating people, that is Avyavasayatmika Buddhihi, Avipaschitaha, who remain engrossed in karma enjoined by the Veda and its result, they are committed to karma and karma pala. The karma for the sake of karma pala. And also they arguing that there is nothing other than this. Those who are full of desires, kamatmanaha, swarga paraha, swarga as their highest goal, Bhogeshwarya Gatim Prati for the attainment of power and pleasure and power. And they speak very nice words, flowery words that talk of Kriya Vishesha Bhagulam, that they speak nice words of the rituals, special rituals, Janma Karma Pala Pradam, capable of providing better Janma and therefore giving better births and various results of actions. Those who see clearly are called Vipaschita. And Avipaschitaha means the opposite. Those who don't see clearly. They don't have clarity. They don't have samyak darshanam. They have no vyavasayatmika buddhi. It means abhyavasayatmika buddhi. There are people who may see but not clearly, and there are those who do not see at all. Krishna is talking here about people who see but not very clearly, who study and believe in the veracity of the Vedas, but miss the most important teaching of the Vedas, namely the Atma Jnanam, Karma Kanda. For them, Karma Kanda itself doesn't, sorry, Jnana Kanda, Atma Jnanam, Jnana Kanda. For them, Jnana Kanda itself doesn't exist. Only Karma Kanda exists. The whole Veda is one Veda, and one Veda it is Karma only. So for them, there is no Jnana Kanda. Jnana Kanda itself is not there. Therefore, for them, it is one Shastram, Eka Shastravadi, they are called. And Upanishads and all, they interpret as the Stuti, as Anuvada Vakya. For them, Jnana Kanda itself is it's not that. They interpret Upanishad portion as either Anuvada or the Stuti of Karma only. Therefore, the teaching of the Veda, Atma Jnana, is missed by them. They believe in the existence of the soul, that is the person after death, because it is stated so in the Vedas. And they believe in the efficacy of the various rituals performed in the Vedas for accomplishing various ends. Karmakanda talks about varieties of rituals, various means for various ends. Known means known ends, unknown means unknown ends, unknown means known ends. Iti Karmakanda talks about various means for the various ends, and they believe in the ends also, like heaven and a better birth. Therefore, Surga Paraha Kriya and Janma Karma Palapradam, Pushpitam Vacham Pravadanti, and they believe in the capacity of a given ritual to produce a particular desirable result. Therefore, these are not ordinary people. They are people who have studied the Shastram, who believe in its validity. They are intelligent people. They study the entire Shastra. They study it. This is why Krishna used the word avipaschit, meaning that these people see and yet they don't see it. They are the people who are not to be dismissed because they have studied the Shastra. Shankaracharya criticizes them here because they have all the words and some arguments which they back up by quoting selected verses. They talk, argue, and try to convince others also. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti. They use well-known words. Prasiddha vak, famous or prasiddha, well-known words. Words that are very flowery. There are some trees, like magnolia trees, in which when they flower, nothing but the flowers can be seen. Although the leaves and branches are there, they are hidden by the flowers. These people are like those trees because they speak words which are as attractive as a flowery blossoming tree. Pushpitam vacham pravadanti. Shankaracharya uses also another expression. Shruyamana ramaniya, meaning very nice to hear. As you hear the words, they are very pleasing and wonderful to the ear. But in fact, they are all just so much hype. Such words are used because people who do not have eka buddhi, who have not ascertained what they have to accomplish in life, do not see things very clearly. Those who do not have this viveka revel in parts of the Veda that talks of means and ends and exclude the Vedanta portion. They are the Vedavada Rataha. They may even study Vedanta, but only use it for the sake of rituals. These people revel in many of the Veda Vakyas because they state clearly what you will get and the means, the sadhana you must employ for gaining it. There are rituals for having children, restoring health, removing certain obstacles you may have, and so on. How these elaborate rituals are to be done is also stated. In other words, there's an answer for everything in the Karma Kanda of the Veda. Believing in all these sentences and performing certain karmas because one wants to accomplish various ends is fine. But the Vedavada Rataha argue that there is nothing other than karma. They say that you must do karma and you must accomplish all these various ends. Therefore, ends are limited. So, therefore, various ends. Therefore, you will be doing only. Whole life you will be doing only. They say that you should not fritter away this life. And of course, we also say the same thing. You are given this one life and we do not know about the next one. There may be a next life or there may not be. Even if a next life does exist, you may be born a frog or end up on a lab table for certain experimental purposes. The legs go on to someone else's plate and the body goes to the anatomy department of some medical college. Therefore, this life is the only we can count on. The Vedavada Rataha say that karma alone is to be done. For them, the greatest gain, moksha, is Swargaha, heaven. They talk about this life saying that the greatest gain is wealth. In other words, the goal is 100% success here and in the year after also. This is how they talk. And why do they talk this way? The people being described here are those who are nothing but desires, kama, manaha. It is not that they have desires. They are made up of desires alone. The entire structure is desires, only desires. Propelled by desires, and they commit themselves to various means to gain various ends. So, therefore, it is a continuous process. Desires don't stop, therefore, the karma also doesn't stop. That's the difference. Going to the heaven is the highest end for them. They are Swarga Paraha. Thus, there are a lot of desires for them to fulfill here on earth and then for the year after, Paraloka. Heaven, Sargaloka is the ultimate goal. The result of karma is always another Janma, another birth, in one form or the other. All the karma palas that you have gathered ends up in this way. Therefore, we have the flowery words, Pushpita Vat, of those who talk about a better birth later being the result of karma gathered. They talk words that are Janma Karma Palaprada. These words are in the form of statements such as next time you will be born a prince, you will be born with a golden spoon in your mouth, and so on. Kriya Vishesha Bhagulam is yet another adjective used by Krishna to describe the words spoken by these people. So Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Ditya Vibhakti. Therefore, this is also Ditya Vibhakti. This is an adjective to that. Kriya Vishesha Bhagulam, the words spoken by those people are they reveal many and varied karmas for attaining pleasure and power. Bhogeshwarya Katim Prati. Bhoga is a pleasure, Aishwarya is a power, overlordship. You want power and overlordship because you cannot accept the helplessness that you feel. And so the words next time you will become a king, or in your next birth you will be Indra, the ruler of heaven, are all very pleasant to hear. People's minds seem to be carried away by them. Thus Krishna lamented their plight here. Not only are they themselves carried away by these words, the conviction in their belief is such that they become missionaries and make sure that they convince a few other people too. The real reason for this missionary zeal is that they are not that sure. Their belief is only a belief after all. Believers have to become missionaries because belief means there is a doubt, and doubt means you require some strength. If you can manage to convince one person, then you feel secure. There is mutual strength, and one helps the other. Groups are created in this way so that each member will have the support of all the other members. The minds of those who are carried away by these enticing flowery words do not stay with the pursuit of Vedanta. With reference to what one must gain, there is no real clarity because this clarity cannot take place in the minds carried away by such words. The idea here is that if you don't allow yourself to be carried away by words, if you look into them, you will find that they fall apart. And if the words are not looked into, you will find that they are very pleasing and attractive. Therefore, you need to have viveka. Therefore, people who have no discrimination are easily carried off by them. Iti. The next shloka. So these shlokas criticizes them. Bhogaishvaryas prasaktanam
Bhogeshvarya prasaktanam
taya pahrita chetasam
Taya bhakrita chetasam
vyavasayatmika buddhihi
Vyavasayatmika buddhihi
samadho na vidhiyate.
Samadho na vidhiyate.
So Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, Buddhihi is Jnanam, understanding. Samadho is Buddhi, that Buddhi is Antakaranam. So Samadho, Antakarane, in the mind. Buddhihi is understanding. So Buddhihi Buddho Navidiyate, but you can say, but Buddhihi, that Buddhi and this Buddhi both are different. There Buddhihi, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi is Jnanam, and Buddha Navidiyate, that Buddhi is Antakaranam. So clear understanding do not take place in the mind of these people. Why? Because Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam, they are attached to, they are carried over by, robbed away by this Bhoga and Aishwarya, the desire for them. Taya Apahruta Chetasam, by that, their Chitta, Chetas, mind, are robbed away. Therefore, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi Nasti Tesham Iti. Those who pursue pleasure, those who pursue pleasure and power exclusively, whose minds are robbed away by those flowery words, well ascertained understanding, Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi, doesn't take place in their mind. Samadho na vidhiyate. Krishna had already unfolded the knowledge of Sankhya, and then he asked Arjuna to listen to the knowledge unfolded about Karma Yoga. Thus, when Krishna praised yoga in terms of Karma Yoga as he did here, Sankhya was not being discussed at all. Often something is praised by comparing it to something else. In Krishna's praise of Karma Yoga, there was a comparison to pure karma, karma done with a particular result in mind. The karma that is done with the thinking, I perform this karma for this given result alone. That is karma. As a yoga, it is different, becomes puja, Ishvara. It is Ishvara puja. The result, the palam of pure karma is always limited. This is not the karma done for the sake of antakarna shuddhi, for purifying the mind, so that moksha will be gained. When karma is done in this manner for antakarna shuddhi, then the commitment is to moksha alone, and then you become a muksha. This is what we call yoga. When karma is done for antakarna shuddhaye, karma guru, then you are committed to moksha, therefore you are mukshu. Therefore, what you do is called yoga, karma yoga. Karma is generally done for the sake of parichinna palam, limited result. Whether the karma is worldly, laukika, or shastram based, Vaidika karma. The karmas that are done for gaining certain limited results are called kamya karma, desire prompted actions. The shastra includes even also, surga also as a result of kamya karma only. The people under discussion in this verse know the Veda and they quote it, but only for the purpose of establishing the glories of karma and the results. Pushpitamacham pravadanti. They speak very nice, flowery words. Words that are very flowery and pleasing to the ear are used in this way by these people, and they talk about the various karmas that can be done for the sake of gaining enjoyments, Bhogeshwaryam Gatiprati, Bhoga and overlordship, Aishwarya, meaning the wielding of power. Enjoyment and power are the only two purposes for which such people dedicate their entire life. And committed as they are to their own desires, they also talk a great deal about it. The word Aishwarya means overlordship, Ishwarasya Bhavaha, meaning implying different degrees of power. For example, a policeman controls people's driving habits. This is one kind of Aishwarya. Then there is a police inspector who controls all the policemen in his station, and a commissioner who controls the inspectors. There is also someone else above the commissioner. The power wielded by all these people is in different degrees and represents different kinds of Aishwarya. There is lordship. Without Viveka, confusion is endless. Those who are totally committed to Bhoga and Aishwarya, who are engaged in the pursuit of enjoyment power alone, are influenced by these flowery words that reveal various types of karmas, the means for achieving different ends. Taya Prahuta Chetasam. These words are not only Vedic words, but also colloquial words drawn from whatever hype that is available in the language at the time. Hearing these flowery words, which are very seductive, their minds are robbed away. They become apagruta chetasaha. Chetas means antakarna, mind. In such people, This Vivasayatmika Buddhi, the discriminative knowledge, is so totally covered that nothing is clear for them. Naturally, such people do not see through the words. They don't see the limitation of these words because their discriminative capacity, Viveka, is covered. For them, there is no Vivasayatmika Buddhi, no clarity about what they want in life. That Buddhi is always the same, Eka Buddhi, is not there for them. Therefore, there are hundreds of ends to be accomplished and a variety of means also resulting in confusion. When there is confusion, priorities are always a problem because you find that you cannot grab everything at the same time. In such circumstances, the mind can never be steady. Here in this shloka, Bhagavan says that people who are committed to Bhoga and Aishwarya and whose minds are robbed away by these enticing words praising the means and the ends do not have clear minds with reference to what is to be accomplished in life. That is moksha. With regard to moksha, they don't have understanding at all. Where is it that such clarity doesn't take place? In the mind. Samadho na vidiyate. There is no other thing for samadhi here. Because Krishna was talking about Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, with reference to those who have no clarity, Nishchaya, about what they want. People whose minds meander. Therefore, this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, which is Eka Buddhi, doesn't take place in the minds of these people. Those who do have clarity, Eka Buddhi, meaning that there is only one Lakshya, one goal for them. Moksha is the only goal to be accomplished. Shankaracharya explains the use of the word samadhi in his commentary on the verse when he says that everything in the world reaches your mind alone. Samadhiyate asmin samyak adhiyate asmin iti samadhanam samadhihi buddhihi ityartaha. In the mind alone, all the sense objects, all the experiences, the entire world that is in front of you are experienced by you. The eyes may be open and seeing, but what they see as to reach the mind before seeing before any seeing actually takes place. So here, samadho means in the mind, antakarane buddhau ityartaha. And what is it that doesn't take place in the minds of these people? Eka buddhi, vyavasayatmika buddhi. Asmin buddhau na vidhiyate. Instead, the buddhi is a meandering buddhi, wandering buddhi, wanting this and that, like the mind of an active, bright child who is taken to a toy shop and has to choose only one toy. Total confusion is a result. When a person who is already confused studies a Veda and finds that various action will produce various results, his or her confusion becomes endless. It is like looking through a catalog because you want to buy some gifts. Before long, you find that you yourself need something on the very page. Not only do you find the whole world consists of so many alluring things, but you discover that through the Shastra that the unknown world contains many more equally enticing and attractive things. The mind is therefore thereby robbed away for those who are committed to Bhoga and Aishwarya, and their discriminative awareness is clouded. Therefore, Krishna emphasized the importance of having this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Therefore, those who have Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, they only can take up the Karma Yoga as a means for Jnana Yogyata because they are mumukshu, they are commitment to their commitment to free to moksha, commitment in moksha. Therefore, that the need for having this buddhi is emphasized. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Next shloka. This is an also important shloka. Let us read. Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha
Trigunya Vishaya Vedaha
Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna
Nistrigunyo Bhavarjuna
Nirdvandho Nityasattvastaha
Nirdvandho Nitya Sattastaha
Sattvastaha
Nirdvandho Nitya Sattvastaha
Niryogakshema Atmavan
Niryogakshema Atmavan
Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. Vedaha, the Vishaya of the Veda is connected to three gunya, have the subject matter to the three guna, three qualities, hey Arjuna. Therefore, you be free from that. Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna, and be nirdvandvaha, free from the pairs of opposites. Samadukke sake kritva lava lava jaya jayo. You said before. Nitya satvastaha, always enjoying, always having, entertaining, or established in Sattva-guna. Nir-yoga kshema atmavan, be free from the yoga is acquisition, kshema is preservation. Apraptasya praptihi yoga, praptasya rakshanam kshemaha. So, people generally, they are busy in acquisition and preserving. So, you be free from that because it involves anxiety. Therefore, you be free from the anxieties, worries of acquisition and preservation, and be a Atmavan, be the master of yourself. Iti. The subject matter of the Vedas is related to threefold qualities. Therefore, Arjuna, be the one who is free from the threefold qualities, and also be free from the pairs of opposites, Nirdvandaha, and who is be established in Sattva-guna, cultivate Sattva-guna, and be free from the anxieties caused from acquisition, acquiring, and protecting, and be a master of yourself. It's an important shloka, important advice to Arjuna. Nistraigunya bhava Arjuna, traigunya vishayaha vedaha nistraigunya bhava Arjuna. Bhava, you be, bhava, nistraigunyaha, nityasatvastaha, nirdvandaha, atmavan. Shankaracharya prefaces his commentary to this verse by saying that for the people who are committed to enjoyments and power, Bhogeshwarya, for those who do not have Viveka Buddhi, the subject matter of the Veda forms Traigunya Vishaya. So for Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, for those who have Avyavasayatmika Buddhi, those who don't have Viveka Buddhi, for them, the subject matter of the Veda is Traigunya Vishayaha. This is not a full definition of the Veda, which contains more, including Vedanta. What is meant here is that for those who are committed to Bhoga and Aishwarya, all the Shastrams will be Traigunya Vishayaha alone. One usually looks in the scriptures only for what one wants to see. It is like going to a hardware store that has hundreds of things and looking only for what you want. Similarly, there are a number of topics in the Shastra, and you look only for what you want. So therefore, the Veda provides you with legitimate means for achieving various ends. There are unknown means for known ends, known means for unknown ends, and unknown means for unknown ends. Even, for example, is an unknown end because it is not directly known to us. Another Janma, a better birth, that is also unknown end. So the Shastra says will be accomplished by a life of Dharma. Dharma is a known means because what is right and wrong is not totally unknown to us. The Veda confirms that what means are right and wrong to accomplish this desirable unknown end later, be it heaven or another Janma. Previously, I did not know that if I did the right thing, I would get punyam. And by doing the right thing, I not only get the result right here, Drishtapalam, but I get Adrishtapalam also, a later result. In this way, Veda talks about known means for gaining unknown ends. It also talks about unknown means for known ends, like having a child. The ritual that is provided has nothing to do with having a child and is only performed when all other known avenues have been explored. If after consulting doctors and following their advice, there is still no child, then there is definitely some obstacle, pratibandhaka. The only way remaining to remove the obstacle is through prayer. Therefore, the Veda gives the ritual, which is a prayer, not a broad spectrum ritual, but a specific ritual meant solely for having a child. Thus, you find that the Veda reveals a variety of means and ends, known and unknown to us, but all of them are meant for limited results. These are what people committed to Bhoga and Aishwarya look for. For them, the Veda means only that part which relates to three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Therefore, traigunya vishayaha, meaning samsaraha ityartaha. Sattva will give you happiness, rajas will give you agitation, tamas will give you dullness and sorrow. Thus, these three qualities are what they give you joy and sorrow, sukha and dukkha. So, samsara means that is which is within the fold of the three gunas. So Traigunya Vishayaha means that is samsaraha ityartaha, which is characterized by this by the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. The means and the ends are not only the subject matter of the Veda. In this shloka, Bhagavan advised Arjuna straight away not to be one for whom the samsara is the end to be accomplished. Therefore, he said, Nistraigunyo bhava. In fact, samsara cannot be an end to be accomplished. We already have it. We are already within the fold of the three gunas and are seeking freedom from it. A drowning man doesn't require more water. He's already drowning and will not want to get into the ocean. Similarly, if you're already up to our necks in the ocean of samsara, the samsara cannot be an end to be achieved at any time. It can only be a situation to get out of. Krishna was as though telling Arjuna, don't look into the Veda to find a better place in samsara. Be a little discriminative. You have come up to the Veda, yet you are trying to perpetuate samsara. It is meaningless. May you therefore become one for whom samsara is not there. Therefore, Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna. Traigunya, Nistraigunya. Free from samsara. Therefore, be free from samsara. Shankaracharya gives a meaning in short. May you be free from desire. Nishkamaha, Nishkamo Bhava. That is, he says, may you be free from the desire for pleasures and power. Let these not be the end in view. Further, may you become free from the opposites, Dvandva, the cause of Sukha and Dukkha, Nirdvando Bhava. Shankaracharya also explained the words Dvandva and Nirdvandva. The causes, hetus, for Sukha and Dukkha, pleasure and pain are referred to as opposites, meaning of the word Dvandva here. The one who is free from the pairs of opposites, it's called Nirdvandvaha, free from the causes of Sukha and Dukkha, etc. How can you be free from the causes of Sukha and Dukkha? By not being dependent for your happiness on the presence or absence of anything. Cold and heat, for example, can make you happy, unhappy. Happy or unhappy depends. If they do, it means you are dependent on the presence or absence for your happiness. That means you are not Nirdvandva. Another set of opposites is Jaya and Apajaya, victory and defeat. They also become the hetu, the cause, the basis for your Sukha and Dukkha. In fact, in defeat, there is pain, Dukkham. In victory, there is elation, Sukham. To this, you may say, granted that I don't want pain, but why should I not be elated? The reason is that if you're elated, you're definitely going to have pain also. Therefore, may you not let the opposites affect you. Dvandvaha bhava. Since you cannot avoid them, may they not affect you. Although you cannot avoid winter and summer, you can allow them not to affect you by maintaining a certain composure or attitude towards them. In this way, you need not be carried away by changing situations, which may not always be to your liking. Iti. I think that's a long one. We'll continue in the next class. Stop here. Nitya Sattvastaha. Sattvastaha is a topic. We'll do it in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.